President of the Senate of the Cambodian National Assembly, Samdech Sechim, is paying official visit to Vietnam on October 24th to 26th. On October 24th, the Cambodian guest was welcomed by host leaders. At the National Assembly headquarters, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ presided over the official welcome ceremony for the President of the Senate of Cambodia and his entourage. After the welcome, the two leaders held talks. President Samdech Sechim thanked Chairman Huệ for the warm welcome to the delegation, which demonstrates the friendship, solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between two sides. Chairman Huệ emphasized that despite many changes in the region and the world, the good relationship between two countries will forever be a very valuable common asset that must be preserved and passed on for future generations. The two sides informed each other about the political, economic, and social situation of each country over the past time, as well as the cooperation relationship between two sides. Huệ suggested the two sides effectively implement the side protocols and plans on defense and security cooperation, and at the same time push for the early completion of the master plan to connect the two economies. The two sides agreed to soon sign border trade agreement, effectively implement the Memorandum of Understanding on Development and Connectivity of Border Trade Infrastructure, among others. The fourth session of the 15th National Assembly continued its sitting in Hanoi on October 24th, with important issues being put on the table.
During the day's sitting, National Assembly deputies exchanged views on a draft law on medical examination and treatment, amended, and some of its contents could mix opinions. Some deputies said medical examination and treatment is a special service, and the authorities to decide on the price of the service still need to follow the principles of exact and adequate calculation. The others proposed the additions of an article stipulating financial autonomies for the public health establishments. Various forms of attracting social resources in medical examination and treatment, and initially address the current shortcomings that medical facilities are facing. The revised draft law has 12 chapters and 121 articles, 15 articles more than the draft submitted to the National Assembly at the third session.
Enhancing economic diplomacy in Belgium in particular and the EU as a whole has been a focus of the Vietnamese Embassy and Trade Office in the country, as it has sponsored cooperation between the two sides in various sectors. The EU, a large market with a population of more than 450 million people and an annual GDP of more than $16 trillion, is an important partner of Vietnam. As a signatory to a free trade deal with the EU, Vietnam has enjoyed a tax preferences when exporting its agro-forestry fisheries products to the market. But that advantage is not at all eternal.
We should take advantage of the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement and carry out substantial measures to ensure that our products can penetrate into and gain a foothold in the EU. Ministries, localities, and businesses need to grasp the opportunities to launch effective programs. The Embassy stands ready to support them make good use of these golden times.
In Belgium, the Vietnamese Trade Office has adopted a key promotional strategy. Besides trade and investment sectors, cultural and tourism activities have also been integrated into trade promotion programs.
International organizations have been optimistic about Vietnam's economic prospects. I think the country's tourism sector will develop further in the coming time. Low inflation and competitive labor costs have made Vietnam an attractive destination for foreign investment.
Amid a complex global situation, economic diplomacy has an important role to play in ensuring Vietnam's stable development in the new era of economic integration. China is considering the import of Vietnam's sweet potato via official channels, with its customs officers scheduling a virtual survey of growing areas and packaging facilities in Vietnam in late October.
Sweet potato is one of Vietnam's important agricultural products. Most of its plantations concentrate in the Mekong Delta province of Vĩnh Long, with more than 30,000 hectares under the crop. In preparation for the official export, the Vĩnh Long's Plant Cultivation and Protection has completed documents for 22 planting area codes, which together cover more than 500 hectares of sweet potato. The code, one of the factors for product traceability, is a necessary and mandatory condition to export fruits to China. After potato, negotiations for official export will begin for pomelo and coconut. Currently, Vietnam has 11 kinds of fruits that are exported via official channels to China. Of these fruits, Vietnam has signed with China protocols of phytosanitary requirements for 3 kinds, including mangosteen, passion fruit, and durian.
There's ample room for growth for Vietnamese coffee exports, as Spain's coffee segment is expected to grow by nearly 7% in 2022 to 2025 period, according to the Vietnamese Trade Office in Spain.
A survey in the Spanish market showed that up to 87% of its population aging between 18 and 64 drink coffee and 70% do so daily. To promote sustainable export of coffee in particular to this market, the Trade Office asked for collaboration from localities and trade associations to connect Vietnamese exporters and distributors with Spanish partners. It also emphasized the importance of maintaining quality and brand for Vietnamese products in this market. Data from the General Department of Customs showed that Vietnam exported 5,240 tons of coffee to Spain in September this year, worth over $13 million, down more than 14% in volume and 7% in value month on month. However, the figure increased by 11.5% in volume and by over 37% in value compared to September last year. Spain's coffee imports from non-EU supply in the first 7 months of this year topped 165,700 tons. Vietnam is the largest source for the country with an import volume of 67,200 tons.
The Vietnam National University Hanoi has won the QS recognition of improvement, making it the first in the country to secure the accreditation.
The recognition of quality improvement certification is awarded to organizations that demonstrate a significant improvement in rating results based on an improvement in average rank. In order to improve its results in the QS World University Rankings, an institution needs to not only improve against itself, but also demonstrate improvement compared to other ranked institutions, with regards to the criteria of reputation, research prestige and ability to attract and retain international students and staff, among others. In recent years, the Vietnam National University, Hanoi has maintained its position in the top 801, one tier below in the rankings. Its position has steadily rose from the top 78.5% of the world's best universities in 2019 to the top 65.3% in 2023. Currently, the establishment is also present in Group 101 to 150 in the QS Global Young Universities rankings.
The KET Festival, the biggest annual festival of the Cham ethnic people of the Ba La Môn relation, is underway in Phan Rang City in Ninh Thuận Province from October 24th to 25th.
Visitors to the event, which takes place from October 23rd to 25th this year, can witness rituals such as the genie's costume procession, the opening of tower gates, and genie statue bathing. They also have a chance to enjoy performances of local Gi Nong drum and Saranai horn. Falling on the first day of the 7th month of the Cham calendar, Kate is the biggest festival in the year of the Cham Braham people. It reminds the ethnic Braham community of their ancient gods and delivers wishes for bumper harvests and the growth of all beings. There are more than 53,700 Cham Braham people in Ninh Thuận. The Kate Festival was recognized as a national intangible cultural heritage by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism in 2017.
Vietnam's cuisine and culture were introduced at the Diplomatic Fun Fair 2022, held by the Department of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa on October 22nd. Accordingly, the Vietnamese embassy brought to the event áo dài, Vietnamese traditional gown, and conical hats, as well as photos featuring the beauty of Vietnamese land and people and typical handicraft products.
I only know that it's there's a lot of nice bushes and they make very, very, very nice furniture. I've seen some of that, and it's very nice, friendly, and everyone that was there say it's a very, very friendly country.
After 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19, the 2022 fair was attended by 60 diplomatic missions and international organizations, including UN agencies. The beauty of Vietnamese people and local heritages were featured at the recent photo exhibition held by the U.S. Embassy in Vietnam in cooperation with Dong An University in the northern province of Thái Nguyên.
On show were photos from 16 Vietnamese cultural heritage preservation projects sponsored by the U.S.'s Ambassadors Fund for Cultural Preservation since 2001 and 65 others, with the theme color of ASEAN. The exhibition brought images of Vietnamese cultural traits and people closer to the public, while highlighting ASEAN women's contributions to socio-economic development. An array of activities were organized within the framework of the exhibition, including Vietnamese folk games, batik drawing, and arts performances from Lao and Cambodian students. The exhibition is part of activities to mark ASEAN's 55th anniversary and the 45th anniversary of ASEAN-US dialogue relations.
Artists of Vietnam and the Republic of Korea are cooperating to produce a play titled Bin Không Chồng, Quay of Spinsters, the first work in a long-term project on cultural exchange between two countries.
The play, adapted from writer Dương Hướng novel, is scripted by Vũ Thị Thu Phong and directed by meritorious Lâm Tung of Vietnam and Kim Min Jong of the Republic of Korea. The novel is about the person in a typical Red River Delta village of Vietnam who has to struggle with backwards customs and stereotypes from their clans and neighbors to move forward. It used to be adapted into films for several times.
The cooperation in play production reflects not only the friendship but also cultural similarities between the two countries.
The first shows of Bin Không Chồng will be staged in the Republic of Korea on November 12 to 13. In Vietnam, the play and other outstanding performances of the National Drama Theatres will serve the audience on December 7th and 18th.
I hope through this project, the Korean audience can learn more about the culture of Vietnam and Vietnamese artists' talent. The project is a prerequisite for more cultural cooperation projects between the two countries in the future.
The theatres and the Korea Associations of Performing Arts Producers join hands to produce the play as an activity marking the Vietnam theatre's 70th anniversary and the 30th founding anniversaries of the two countries' diplomatic ties.